Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Ooh, there's a lot of events going on today, a lot of activity. Now, I know you saw Quant's price exploding. Now, you know what? It's not just about it exploding. Do you see how it's been holding firm? How it hasn't been dragged or drugged down, rather. Every single time Bitcoin goes down, you see how Quant has been going against the market? I told people. Remember, we got Quant when it was at a low. $40, $45, $48. Bought a ton of Quant. Last time I saw it was about $138. Then it was $140 at one point in the last few hours. Quant has been looking beautiful. Now, just imagine when the bull market comes back. People are sitting on a ton of Quant. Look how solid it has been. It's no longer drugged down by Bitcoin. It's decoupled, as they say. When the utility kicks in, they have all these banks lined up. Imagine what happens then. Same thing goes for XRP. You see how XRP has been doing pretty good. Holding pretty firm, in my humble opinion. Just imagine when they flip the switch, all the banks have to hold XRP. You have all the FOMO buys kicking in. All the money on the side, aside from the bank money, of course, all the institutional money on the side steps in. You get that flood. Imagine what it's going to do to that price. And you know when XRP's price goes up, XLM's price goes up. So now, let's begin here. This is on U.Today. Ripple versus SEC. Private jet charter company wants to highlight XRP's utility. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, there's been so many activities exploding with XRP. There is no way anyone who is logical can deny the utility of XRP, the potency of XRP. There's no way. If you actually are doing the research, you see the partnerships that are lined up. You see all the various use cases. There is absolutely no way you're going to say XRP is going to stay at these prices. No, it's going to explode. Now, how high it's going to go? No one can know that. You have to do your own mathematics, do your own equations. Okay, come up with your own price. None of this is financial advice, of course, but in my humble opinion, yes, once in a generation, generational wealth, once in a lifetime event is on the horizon. You don't have to share my enthusiasm. I'm not here to make you enthusiastic at all. We're here for that bank money, not your money, for the bank money. All right, got to clarify that. So let's scroll down and read this little tidbit here. Private jet charter company TapJets has asked the court to file an amicus brief to land blockchain company Ripple a helping hand in its legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The brief is supposed to shed light on the utility of the token, which has been recognized as an unregistered security by the SEC. Well, they backed off that a little bit. Hopefully it stays that way. Now, I think people have to look through the documentation a little bit more to make sure they're going to stay off of XRP as, that particular word. I'm not even going to generate that energy by saying the word. But they have backed off as of recent, according to certain attorneys. Let's continue on here. TapJets, which accepts XRP in exchange for its services, claims that such a payment option is vital since it makes it possible to book flights outside of normal banking hours while not dealing with transaction limitations for transfers via wires. Of course. Thus, the company is capable of providing its services in real time. Now, the excitement that they're showing, the success that they're showing is going to also spread to so many other businesses who are associated with them. Not only that, businesses who are reading such a thing. They want a piece of that. You think that they want to be out in the cold? You don't think that they want to have 24-hour possibility to bring in capital? Who doesn't want some more money? Who doesn't want more capital? That's not logical. Of course they do, but they're going to wait on the side. Not everyone has that type of bravery. Not only that, not everyone has the type of money that they may need to battle with the SEC. As you see, the SEC has all types of overreach. There's no limitation to who they may go after. The bottom line is the SEC will go after anyone and anything, as we've seen from a bevy of lawsuits launched recently, and the SEC has completely lost its mind. If you haven't watched that other video I just put out yesterday, you want to definitely watch that. It's very informative on that particular topic because we covered a few articles on the SEC just going complete pitbull off a leash. I have to stop saying that actually because You know, it's funny. I've loved pit bulls my entire life. I've never had a problem with a pit bull ever. But, you know, people have this idea that pit bulls are vicious. That's if you raise them vicious, then they're vicious. If you raise them that way, then on top of that, people have a fear of pit bulls. So when you're in front of certain pit bulls, you know, you got different types of pit bulls. I'm more familiar with tiger stripe pit bulls. I guess there's an idea that different pit bulls their behavior is different, right? The different varieties behave differently. I don't know if I'm being eloquent with that, but you get what I'm saying. But they're not like the vicious animals unless you raise them to be that way. But well, that's what I was saying. So if you have fear around the pit bulls, they sense that. I think most animals are like that though, but pit bulls pick up on that early if you fear them. And a lot of people walk past them and they have this fear in their heart. Their heart is pumping, their hormones are wafting in the air, and the pit bull smells that. Ah, there's prey, right? And it treats you like you're prey. You shouldn't do that, but so anyway, I should probably stop using that phrase, but people, it conveys a certain energy to people when you say that, like, oh, they're like a pit bull off a leash, and everybody automatically goes, oh yes, a pit bull off the leash is a deadly, a deadly weapon. Could be, depends on the pit bull, right? You guys got me talking about pit bulls, right? Focus for a minute, just focus for 1 minute. I'm blaming it on you. Anyway, this is very, very good. Let's move on to this next article here. This is from U.Today. Ripple partner releases sensational appeal to court and SEC. Here's what it says. Oh man, so many partners are coming out now and helping Ripple to fight the beast. Yes, SEC, I'm going to label you the beast. You're a problem. Philippines iRemit files brief with the SEC explaining why it badly misunderstands XRP. Who was this other company we were just talking about? TapJets. We have everybody's coming out. They all want to knuckle up and help Ripple win because it's time. They want their businesses to explode. Boom. They want to make more capital than they've ever made before. They know the time is now. Just like a lot of holders of XRP know the time is now for generational wealth. It's ours. It's there. Reach out. We can almost feel it. We can almost grab it. We just have to shoulder tackle the SEC one last time. We only have a few months left. They said the case should be ending somewhere around February or March. That's not that far away. And so far, everything has been going good. Let's hope that continues. I believe it will. And everyone is ready for the new age to begin. That's why they're jumping in. And I want all of them to jump in and pile on the SEC. Let's get them all at one time. We all fight together, back to back, Spartans. But let's read this here. So that was TapJets. Now this is iRemit from the Philippines. Ripple's important partner, iRemit, a Philippines-based cross-border remittance company, has issued a brief in support of the crypto company and XRP lawsuit initiated by the SEC. In addition to issuing an official statement on the situation, the company has asked the court to include it in its final decision. And this actually, here it has a tweet from James K. Fallon. iRemit, a global payment remittance company that uses the RippleNet software, has filed an application to file an amicus brief in support of the Ripple defendant's motion for summary judgment. James K. Fallon. So there you go. An official source. iRemit's memo turned out to be rather heavy-handed. Yes! Throw those haymakers. Jab, right cross, boom! Drop it on them. This is the time. The time is now. They know the SEC is weak. They know the SEC is fading. It's time to power up and go Super Saiyan Blue. I know some people out there, Melvin, Super Saiyan Blue. What about Ultra Instinct? What about it? What about it? I like Super Saiyan Blue. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Heavy-handed. In it, the company, while explaining why XRP is not a security, argues that such an accusation is the result of a poor understanding of modern digital technology. Haven't I been saying that? You see? But people won't listen to old Alpha Name. They won't listen to me when I say that these individuals in these regulatory bodies, it's one of two things. Either they're saboteurs, sabotaging, or they're completely ignorant. They don't have a firm understanding of what the technology is. But you know what's the problem? The problem is so many people want to believe the regulatory bodies. So many people want to believe the government like they're gods or kings. They can't be wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you, a lot of times they are wrong. They are wrong. They no longer have the brightest, the best. It hasn't been that way for quite some time. However, this is where individuals on the outside get an opportunity, who are bright, who are brilliant, get an opportunity to look over documents and bring the truth to the forefront. And a lot of people have been doing that. There's a lot of brilliant minds out there have been telling you these things that they have misinterpreted or have had a misunderstanding about the technologies, and that there needs to be a new regulatory body brought about that understands distributed ledger technology in the proper context, in the proper setting. A new age is upon us. I can't wait. An age of freedom. It's going to take those with great strength to be able to embrace that freedom. You're going to need discipline of the heart, discipline of the mind, a healthy body and a healthy mind. Because when that wealth is heaped upon you, life will change. And heavy is the head that carries the crown. Have you ever read the story of Damocles? The sword of Damocles. I posted it a few times. Once in a regular video and once in the members only section. The pressures of being the leader, the pressure of having all the wealth, the pressure of all the decisions. It changes everything around you. It changes all the people around you. Make sure those that are around you are ones that truly love you. For when you have wealth, the eyes will light up. But they will be the color, not golden of spirit. They will be green because of those dollars. Be careful. Prepare your minds for that. Prepare your hearts for that. Know yourself. Let's continue on here. Oh man, it's going too good. You know, people really debated with me in my house earlier about, because I chose Sylvester Stallone as #1 over Arnold Schwarzenegger. And like, don't get me wrong. I told him, listen, Arnold is great. Did you not see the Samaritan movie that Stallone just put out? It was classic. It was amazing. Now, don't get me wrong. Arnold has put out some work. It hasn't been as good as Samaritan. It hasn't been as good as Expendables. I'm taking Stallone as #1. Yes, it's controversial. And like I said, I have great love for Arnold. I have a great love for Snipes. I have a great love for Jean-Claude Van Damme. I grew up watching these guys. But Stallone takes #1 right now. Yep. Times change, people. They definitely do. Just like when I was growing up, I used to have Al Pacino as my #1 actor of all time. Right? But now, in my opinion, it's debatable between, is my humble opinion, you could disagree, it's debatable between Robert De Niro. Oh, he's put out some brilliant work. De Niro and Denzel Washington. In my humble opinion, listen, Pacino is still up there. He's still up there. But Denzel Washington and De Niro have done some fantastic work. And there's a few other actors in there. I would even put DiCaprio up there. DiCaprio came a long way. When I was younger, I first watched DiCaprio in, was it Critters 3? You don't remember that, do you? You didn't even watch that long. You didn't even watch those kind of B movies back then. Critters 3, where the critters' eggs opened up in the apartment building and the landlord was trying to run the people out of there by infesting the apartment with rats. DiCaprio was in there. He was the little kid and his father got eaten by the critters. So, but anyway, he's come a long way from that to doing incredible movies like Inception. Oh, man. Woo. So DiCaprio's up there also. Anyway, what? Again, you guys distracted me. We're supposed to be talking crypto. We're here for crypto. Focus a little bit. Let's move on here. So we have this from Ripple.com. Reflecting on Apex 2022 XRP Developer Summit, they have so much stuff going on right now. This month wrapped up the second annual Apex XRPL Developer Summit in partnership with the XRP Ledger Foundation. Ripple welcomed nearly 300 developers, validators, and community members in person in Las Vegas. Over the course of 3 days, roughly 50 speakers presented on topics ranging from CBDCs, DeFi, interoperability, NFTs, core XRP ledger infrastructure, and so much more. You know what that means for us? Money, 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 money. So they're spreading the word. They're spreading the word. They're touching base with others. They're sharing data all at one time. They're getting to shake hands. Let me tell you something. Pleasantries go a long way. It's not just about data. In a lot of these industries, it's not just about what you can do. It's about who you gel with. Right? And that's across the board in all industries. I've worked in a myriad of industries. You'd be surprised. It's not always the most capable people. There's a lot of people with a lot of skills. There's a lot of people that are smart. But do we gel together when it comes to having a partnership? That is important. And this is where you get the term, it's not always what you can do, it's who you know. That's where you get that term from. That holds a lot of weight. So when you have these types of events, this is huge. This is the time to share your ideas and shake hands. You're building relationships here while you're spreading the information. These type of events are huge and means future money. This is why they have them. Let's continue on here. The event also featured on-stage announcements from Stinger and On XRP, which partnered to launch a music integration in the upcoming free-to-play battle royale running game Maladroids, the first game to be hosted on the XRP ledger. That's also huge. We're just winning and winning. Can't win too much though, can we? It says, in addition, RippleX unveiled the finalists of its CBDC Innovate Hackathon. They're just dropping bombs. My goodness. I'm ready for it. This is great. This is while programs such as XRPL Bounties and XRPL Zone were also introduced at Apex 2022. Key speaker highlights Apex 2022 featured keynotes from 7 leading voices of the XRP Ledger community, for which more than 1.6K viewers, we're not concerned with that. Let's get to the information. We want that data. We want that information. What happened? Taking the stage this year was none other than David Schwartz himself, Ripple CTO, co-creator of XRPL, where he dove into the history of and future of the XRPL, including upcoming proposed features like XLS20 and automated market makers. We were just talking about this. Automated market maker functionality. NFT artist Ragsy also joined David for a fireside chat on why she chose to mint a series on the XRP ledger and the benefits of XLS20 for creators. Listen, we're going to do so much with NFTs. It's going to be so much value. I'm talking about billions moving into trillions of dollars because of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We're going to tokenize everything. It's already beginning. Real estate. We're going to get into real estate also. We have chapters involved here. We're going to get in real estate when it comes to Hedera is now going to be able to move real estate value. Just like XRP, just like Algorand. Oh man, that money is coming. The value, let's say value, that value is coming. You can see the progression of it. You can literally draw a map of the partnerships and then attach a little number of value to each partnership. It's in the trillions. It's unbelievable at this point. But we'll get into Hedera a little bit later. It says, here's another article. This is on CoinGate.com. What SEC will do next after losing objection? Attorney explains. Judge Annalisa Torres on Friday announced a big win for Ripple and defendants in XRP lawsuit. The court overruled the U.S. SEC's objection, while it ordered the commission to turn over crucial Hinman speech documents. Now it's just a matter of them turning it over. Earlier, Judge Sarah Netburn refused the SEC's attorney-client privilege claims over the speech-related documents, while the commission objected to the order by mentioning that the defendants misrepresented their claim over the documents. Attorney James Fallon shared the options which SEC might exercise after this loss. He mentioned that the commission has a number of procedural cards that it can play in order to delay complying with the order. Oh my goodness, these people. Just take your loss, SEC. You know you're wrong. The judge knows you're wrong. And see, they're using the system to tie everything up. I can't stand these people. Just take your loss. They have no honor at all, man. That's what I love about combat sports. We've all had great victories and we've all taken losses. And whether you're in the mat or in the ring, most of the time, I mean, I've never had a problem. Whether I defeat a guy or lose, tap gloves, shake hands, whatever it is, boom, good fight, and you move on with your life. You learn, you grow. The SEC is not like that. They are the most dishonorable and disgusting regulatory body I have ever encountered anywhere. And I've been in, like I said, I've been in a myriad of different industries over my lifetime. They are the worst. So anyway, I'm just going to skip over this, and everything's been going well. I'm going to expect it to continue to go well. No matter what the SEC does, I believe we're going to defeat them because everything is in our favor. And we have all the powers in our favor. We have judges in our favor. We have companies in our favor. I mean, everything's in our favor. And the new financial system is going to kick off, whether they like it or not, whether it's with the USA or not, is going to begin. So now let's move on here to a little bit of Stellar news. Stellar price analysis hints 7.5% jump before the next bear cycle. So this is very, very interesting. Very, very good. As I said before, Stellar has a lot of activity going on, first of all. But when XRP goes up, Stellar also tends to rise. I mean, almost every single time. It says here, if buyers breach this overhead resistance, the altcoin could rise 7.5% higher to hit the downsloping trend line until Stellar price is below the mentioned trend line at 13 cents. Coin holders can maintain a bearish bias. It says, on contrary note, a breakout from the resistance trend line will undermine the bearish thesis and may encourage buyers to surpass the 31-cent ceiling. So there you go. There you have it. All of this really, as I always say, means absolutely nothing. When the banks step in, you're going to get a few floods of capital. Like as soon as that case is over with Ripple versus SEC, XLM is going to explode also. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong. It's not financial advice, okay? But XRP will explode. XLM will explode. Algorand will explode easily. Hbar will explode easily. Cello will very, very easily explode. Very easily explode. So, and those are just floods. The tsunami comes when the central banks step in. That's the tsunami. On-demand liquidity, instant liquidity pools. You think they're not going to use it. So you got a bunch of retail using liquidity pools, but you don't believe that the central banks would utilize those same things when they were talking about the possibility of centralization. You got to read these documents. The Bank of International Settlements put out a whole bunch of them earlier this year. So they were talking about the aspect of being able to centralize DeFi, which they call it CDeFi, decentralized finance, by whoever it is controlling the bulk of the liquidity pool. They would have the most power, especially when it comes to governance or something like that. Now, don't quote me on that. I don't have all the details off the top of my head, but I know what they said and the documents are there. You can read that. They will take over DeFi. They will use liquidity pools. So now, let's go here. We have some more interesting Stellar activities. They are linking up with everyone, spreading the word to everyone about Stellar Foundation, XLM. This is a tweet from Danelle Dixon. It says, good times with great friends at Converge SF22. And you have Danelle Dixon here with at Gerald Lair, at Circle Carpenter, at Scaramucci. Hey, you wait a minute there, sir. Aren't you supposed to be taking pictures with Algorand? Sir, I'm just kidding. Scaramucci, at Scaramucci, and at Harazagi. And, so I'm just joking around because, Scaramucci is a huge Algorand supporter, as I think anyone with a little bit of wisdom is an Algorand supporter. If they have a little bit of algo, they know. Even if you don't have algo, and you see what's happening with Algorand, they're going to explode. Look at what they're doing. So anyway, Stellar is reaching out. They're connecting. They have so many events. Danelle Dixon has been doing a fantastic job connecting with everybody, been in front of the government, hosting Meridian. The head of the CFTC was at Meridian. I mean, my goodness, they have so much going on. And I'm anticipating some pretty good announcements coming in 2023. I could be wrong on that, but given everything that they've been doing and all of the different mergers with other companies like Velo Labs, EveryNet, LightNet, I'm expecting some big happenings coming soon. And never underestimate how many the functionality of XLM, right? So transaction fees, then on top of that surge pricing, then on top of that every wallet. Do you understand that there's going to be billions of wallets when it's all said and done? Of course, everything takes time, but if they all have to hold a minimum of lumens, and not everybody's going to hold a minimum of lumens, and people are going to have multiple accounts or multiple wallets, however you want to put it. That's a whole lot of XLM getting used or held. What does it do to that price? Then on top of that, they're working on CBDCs. What does it do to that price? Then on top of that, if you have Algorand doing payroll, you have XRP doing payroll. I believe Hbar has also set up infrastructures for payroll. Do you believe that people are not going to do payroll on XLM? I refuse to believe that. I believe that they will. And so if you have something like that moving across XLM, what does it do to that price? Then on top of that, all of the bank coins, in my humble opinion, will be moving the value of real estate. What does it do to that price? Come on. I mean, let's move on here. Let's jump into a little bit of Hbar news. Now, we've been covering MTech since the beginning, since last year, early on. The esteemed Carmel Cadet has been doing an amazing job, fantastic job. And they're working on they're assisting with the digital dollar, okay? And it says here, the Caribbean is pioneering CBDCs with mixed results amid banking difficulties. We know about that. They've had some problems. Let's read this little tidbit here. The Caribbean region is in a tough situation for banking. The 35 nations comprising the region face challenges common to many tiny economies, such as dollarization and dependence on foreign trade and remittances. In addition, the increasingly common banking practice called de-risking is taking a heavy toll. So it is probably no coincidence that the region is also at the forefront of digital currency adoption, of course. They have to shake themselves free of these intermediaries, crushing fees. Also, the lasso that is tied around everyone's neck across the world by the central banks, they can go around all of these types of difficulties, or at the least minimize them by using these particular bank coins. Carmel Cadet, the founder and CEO of banking solutions company MTech, is a native of Haiti who has experience working with a central bank, a lot of central banks, by the way. Oh, I mean, Carmel Cadet has had so many meetings and been doing a great job at all of them. It's been unbelievable, the job that Carmel Cadet has been doing. And because of that, they have been able to float the idea of the digital sandboxes to a lot of different entities. And so those entities have been able to experience the brilliance and easeability of use when you're setting up infrastructures with Hbar. And they are one of the main reasons Hbar may explode like you wouldn't believe. Let's continue right here. CEO of banking solutions company MTech is a native of Haiti who has experience working with central banks in Haiti and Ghana and many other places. Her company is also a member of the new digital dollar project. We were just talking about that. People don't get it. They don't. Let me say that again. If we are a part of that digital dollar, boom. Muy linda, mi gente. That price is going to... Gotta swallow a little spit. Razor toe. You do an extra long razor toe, my throat might get a little dry. But let me read that again. Her company is also a member of the new digital dollar technical sandbox program. Yes, yes, yes. Which is exploring aspects of a United States central bank digital currency. Cadet spoke to Cointelegraph about her experiences in the Caribbean and the United States. She said rolling out functioning CBDCs in the region is a long game. Now you have another brilliant mind professional telling everybody this is going to take some time. But you're still going to get all these people saying wind moon, with a bank coin, This is not a meme coin. This is not a regular crypto. This is going to take time. There's a lot of facets to this. There's the people aspect where you're training people how to use these infrastructures. And believe you me, all their employees need a lot of training. They don't know anything about this stuff. That's one. Then actually setting up the actual infrastructures for use. That's two. There's so many. Then convincing different politicians and governmental entities and in regulatory clarity. There's all of these different dimensions and aspects of this. This is going to happen in degrees. And it's not going to be for everyone because, first of all, everyone's circumstance is different. So some people may have hard times. They may have to sell some of their bank coins. That's understandable. Then other people may just not be patient. Then you're going to have a small group of people that can survive the times, may not have to sell anything, and are very, very patient. So they're going to be able to wait until that time comes. If that time does come, of course, there's no guarantees. So, but this is another professional in the industry actively working on CBDCs telling you this is a long game. So even with regulatory clarity, like I said, you're going to experience a flood, but that's not the tsunami. It's not. It's not. Even though prices explode when the SEC loses to Ripple, that's not the tsunami. It's not. This is going to take a little bit of time. So strap yourself in for a ride. There's nothing else. There's nothing anybody can do. So there you have it. She said, rolling out functioning CBDCs in the region, not just the region, the world. Why would it be any different? We're having more difficulties in the United States than almost anywhere else. So this is going to take time, right? It said, it's a long game. It is easy to see why. There you have it. So we're going to stop right there. I had a few more articles, but I'm not going to keep you here too long today. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.